Everybody, welcome back to the Scent Star Fragrance channel. Thank y'all so much for being here today. It's a pleasure to have you, as always. Y'all make this channel a success, so thank you so much. If you do find that you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe, as always. So let's jump into this review. In full disclosure, this is a niche fragrance. It is more expensive, even before I get to the price, section of this review. And I did get this, in a giveaway, but I wasn't sponsored in any way. I won it through a giveaway by Max Forte and Daniel Josier. Shout out to Max Forte. He's a great guy. I especially like his fall lineup. He has very good taste in leather fragrances and sometimes gourmand fragrances. So he's a great guy. Shout out to Daniel Josier. They were generous enough to put this giveaway together. And today we're going to be talking about their fragrance called Kaleidoscope. Now this fragrance, I think, has a great presentation. Let's talk about it really quick. Solid box, gold lettering, but how it opens up is fantastic. Really easy to open, access, take it out and put it back in. It's just fantastic. I really enjoy it. So overall, I think that the cap could perhaps be a little bit tighter or snap, but overall, very solid. I really like the glass, has a great weight to it and a great look. So let's talk about the fragrance though. This fragrance, straight off the bat, is going to smell kind of watery and kind of fresh. You get that from eucalyptus. And this fragrance does have a little bit of a green vibe, not too much. Has a little bit of a resinous vibe, not really ambery, but if you're familiar with myrrh and frankincense, it kind of smells that way. It smells very elegant and very classy, very well put together fragrance. It perhaps has a tiny bit of sweetness, almost resembles boise de portuguel. And I definitely, if you love that fragrance and you're a huge fan, I definitely recommend that you try this one out. So overall, it's a very clean, kind of refined, very smooth and elegant fragrance. I don't think it's, too classy that it would be, fussy or loud or draw a lot of attention, but it's definitely a great understated fragrance, definitely well put together, and a very good fragrance overall. So let's talk about the projection though. Overall, I think that this fragrance has moderate projection. It does project well overall, but it is kind of a light fragrance. It is kind of a fragrance that's pleasing, but it never shouts. I do feel that the sillage is pretty solid though. When you walk past people, it is noticeable, but again, never overbearing. This fragrance is likable yet classy, and the longevity though is might not be as much as a lot of people would like. This fragrance has a solid, I think, 6 hours, but it does fade to more of a skin scent about after an hour or so. So the projection or might not be as much as some people would like, but I think it's solid for classy situations when you don't want to shout, when you don't want to draw a lot of attention to yourself, when when you just want to be professional and classy. And I feel like this fragrance might have a little bit of a boozy kind of feel to it. I certainly get that kind of impression, perhaps whiskey, but it never feels that way particularly. So I really do like that about this fragrance. Again, if you love Terre de Hermes and wanted something that's more appropriate for date night, perhaps it's better for, if when you want to smell elegant, perhaps a family reunion, those kinds of things, I think it would be fantastic. I do feel that this fragrance is better for a certain crowd though. This fragrance, in my opinion, is a 30 plus crowd fragrance. If you like Nice 10 Gold, if you like Creed's Boise de Portugal especially, I think this fragrance would be fantastic for you. So it's more for an established gentleman, a gentleman who's very classy and well put together, but I definitely do recommend people go out there and get a sample. This fragrance almost has the DNA of a Javoy fragrance, which is very appealing and very easy to wear for a niche. And it almost has a barbershop kind of feel. Perhaps this is a modern, barbershop fragrance. but it never smells like shaving cream. Doesn't really have much spice to speak of. And my last kind of connection or reference is that if you love the dry down and Jubilation 25 by Amwash, I think that you really need to check this one out. I think you might fall in love with it. So that's the smell and the projection. Now let's talk about the price. The compliment factor, of course. The compliment factor. Every time I wore this, I felt like I was underdressed. I definitely feel like you need to be dressed up. Very nice or very luxurious clothes, perhaps in a suit and tie. This fragrance is elegance, but it's understated elegance. So compliment wise, I didn't get a lot of compliments, but I definitely felt like my confidence was boosted, and people gave me, great attention. So fantastic in that regard overall. And again, this fragrance price is kind of expensive. I think it's more around the $165 range. I don't know if their prices have changed recently, but last time I checked, that's what they were going for. And this fragrance, for the quality, for what you get, I think that it's just right. I think they're priced well. And definitely this is a good fragrance overall, but more for a classy man, more for a classy situation. Again, if you wanted something perhaps even more classy and you had extra money to spend and really liked Bentley Intense, I think that this has a similar kind of feel. Definitely doesn't smell like it at all. But that kind of feel, that kind of classy, reserved, perhaps jazzy vibe, definitely check this one out. So again, I don't like giving ratings because everybody's own taste is, for themselves. I like you to explore and wear what you love. But if I had to give this a rating, I'd probably give it a solid 7.5. I kind of want to give it an 8, but I know that this is more for perhaps a more elegant and well-to-do gentleman. So again, a fantastic fragrance from Daniel Josier. I hope and look forward to smelling more of their fragrances and exploring their line. There's always so much to smell out there. So fantastic. And let me know if you like niche fragrances, if you like me talking about, more expensive fragrances that, are less well known. There's an awful lot of fragrances out there that nobody's talked about, that has never gotten hyped or any love at all. So I hope I've given a little love to Kaleidoscope. I think it's well named because it's multifaceted and kind of is a joy. It's kind of colorful, and but yet it's kind of artistic in that it puts you in a good mood. Perhaps it's kind of soothing overall. So a great fragrance, definitely very easy to wear in my opinion. So gentlemen, if you want an easy to wear niche fragrance that's smooth and classy, boise de Portuguel is really great, but this is kind of its brother. Perhaps it's even more classy. So definitely check this one out. Let me know how I'm doing. And if you stuck around to the end of the review, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and even share the video because I think you like my content. So, stay tuned for more. I always upload Tuesdays and Thursdays and even more, as often as I can. So thank y'all for being here. It's a pleasure to have you, as always. And don't forget to wear what you love. I always say it, so I'll see y'all next time. This has been the Untitled Fragrance Channel, and bye.